Yeah, so I think we are live. And with that, hi everyone. I welcome you to weekly sites meeting of Layer 5. Today we'll be talking about all the sites that you all can see in this meeting minutes. They are based on Gatsby, a React framework, Jekyll, and Hugo. So hopefully, if you have agenda items like issues or pull requests that you need feedback on, or any help, or you simply just want to get some items, this is a perfect call for discussing all those sorts of items. We also talk about Systent and any UI UX enhancements that folks have proposed. So that's also something we cover into this call. On our screen, the Google Docs that you see, this is meeting minutes for this call, and we use it for every other call, every week. I highly recommend that you all go and write your name in the attendees, and also, like I said, any items you have on any site, you can go ahead in that corresponding section and add it there. Today, let's quickly get our tradition, and that is if you are joining this call for the very first time, please go ahead and give a quick introduction. So, Daniel, is it the first time that you're joining this call? If yes, do you mind giving your introduction? All right, so then let's keep going ahead. Let me just wait for 10 seconds. If we have any newcomer and you want to go ahead and give an introduction, I think you will unmute and do it quickly, or you can also do it through chat. So we'll wait for 10 seconds and then we'll move ahead to the items that we have to discuss. All right, so let's now go ahead and discuss standing agenda items. The very first standing agenda item is on catalog. It is basically a place to, publish your infrastructure as design. So there's a tool which is free of cost offered by the community, and where you can also find best practices and patterns to, just in case you want to design the infrastructure yourself and you are looking for inspiration, or you are seasoned contributor, like experienced individual in this field, and you would like to publish some high quality items to benefit the community. So there are all kind of versions for that. This is an issue which talks about it. Let me share this in chat. It also has a blog link that describes how you can access tool and various methods in which you can publish the design. So yeah, this is all. This is like an item which will significantly help you understand Kubernetes and how Mishri interacts with other CNCF projects, including popular cloud providers. So anyone who like to work on this, you can comment and we'll get you assigned. I don't think Liben is any longer working on it, so I think it's best to unassign. Liben, are you on the call? Would you like to sound off?
Yes, Vivek, I'm on the call. So this week is not. It's a very busy week for me. Maybe I promise if there's anyone, though, that would be nice, so we can have a collaborative effort on it. But like maybe in the next week, I have also some tasks to do on regarding the Canvas link. There's another issue as well. I won't be able to work on it for this week, but in the
All
next
right,
week. So
so
if
I think then
anyone,
it's best to unassign you on this one, because it's anyway a kind of pressure on you. So let's free you of this assignment. Would you like to get unassigned? All right, so Liben gives a thumbs up. Yeah, but this is a very good first issue to get started with. You just also can grab some sample applications from these repositories, which house some manifest files for Kubernetes infrastructure, or you also can grab Helm chart or Docker Compose files. You can find any number of these repositories from popular projects. And yeah, this blog will help you out. So Let me quickly share this in chat. Next is the same kind of issue. It talks about publishing templates. So, for example, as you start using the tool, you are presented with some of the templates so that you don't have to start from the scratch. It has some hints and guidance to get you started. So there's like enough inspiration on the linked issues that are there. A couple of them are already merged and some are also published. You also can take a look at them, and then if you would like to work on it, you simply can comment down in the issue. I'll share the link again in chat. Now, this is a guide on how you can hopefully easily get the setup for this site going by selective rendering. And so there's a guide from Jihan. You can go ahead and take a look. Let's cover our first item for today. It's from Shirshendu. If I'm not, pronouncing your name correct, you can let me know. But yeah, would you like to share your screen, give a context on the issue, and then also talking about the changes that you've done? I don't think we have them on the call, so we'll be skipping. But Varad, would you please once remind?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Next up, we have Himanshu, and let's take a look if we have Himanshu on the call. Yeah, we do. So Himanshu, would you like to do the
Hi
same?
Vivek,
What I
currently it is not feasible for me to share the screen. Could you please help me with this?
just a minute. Yeah, let me go ahead and share the screen and see what it is about. I don't see any pull request. Okay, maybe I'm opening the wrong pull request. Okay, so this is about button doesn't scroll back to original expanded position. Let's go to the issue once. Would you like to talk about this? So this is opened by Jeffrin. When clicking read more on a workshop card in a Cloudity workshop. However, when clicking it lists the original operational from okay. Let's quickly go to this page. I'm stuck in some kind of a redirect loop. So let's quickly let me share that in chat so that it.
Yeah, actually, I'm a PR fixing artist, so the issue was redirect. So the same link was redirected to itself, so it was creating the problem.
Yeah, do you
So
know
I've
who like
created a
put
PI
that
that's
redirect?
sorry.
Like, do you know who put that redirect in there?
I don't have an idea about that, but yeah, so website was redirected to itself, so that infinite loop was being created. So the link for workshop is this one.
Hi Vivek, am I audible?
Yes, please.
So were you able to view the deploy link for the PR which I raised?
Sorry?
Were you able to view the deploy link for the PR which I had raised? Yeah, this one. But read mode didn't scroll back to the exact location from where
Yeah,
read mode
so
was clicked.
we were just taking a look at the issue to get a context. So we are going to the page and we're trying to read more. It takes, I don't know where, but this is it. And if you then do read less, okay, it doesn't take you to the very first, like from where you clicked it down. All right. So now we're like, I think understanding the issue. Let's quickly go to your fix and see what you have, done it. So would you like to like share your approach and like what you did in here?
So I used the Windows scroll function and stored the state from which the read more was being clicked and restored to the position when read less.
And like, do you have idea why is it not working previously? Manshu, would you like to share?
So for the fix, I used the Windows scroll function and stored the state when read more was being clicked, and used the same state, restored the same state when read less was clicked. This is what I implemented for the PR.
Yeah, so that's like wonderful, and that's such a great job. I'm just asking, did you by any chance take a look why it was not working previously? What was the issue?
Sorry, I didn't. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, like that's no issue. So this like -20 hard coding, I don't think this is an ideal practice for us to do. Like later, like for example, let's say we add more and more cards. The height like is dynamic, like it's not fixed.
Okay, I
Let's
would
quickly
try
go to
to
the
implement a more dynamic approach.
yeah, let's quickly go to the deploy preview and see. And like it's helpful if you okay, I think if you first see what's the behavior and what's maybe a bug or a missing feature, like that always helps. So if you click on read more on your deploy preview, like this expands this, like this is not really a good layout. This this much bigger image might just be because of some recent changes. But if I click on read less, I'm taken to this. You also see in the mobile view. This seems to be working, but again, a couple of things that I mentioned, I think if we take care of them and like keep them in mind, it will be helpful. And also, if you come back with
Sure, I would make.
broader context on, yeah, if you come back with some little more detail on why it was not working, or if this feature was totally missing from there. Also, like instead of using JavaScript, I think there are mechanisms in CSS that like can help us do the scroll. It might not be able to target a particular element, but I think if you also look for those solutions, it's always better to use CSS than JS. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, a change in like like just be
Avik, your voice is trembling it too much. It's not audible.
Hi, Bharat, is it any better now? I think it is now. Yeah, so I was just quickly saying, Himanshu, that if you just keep your formatters off, like the pretty or whatever changes, like settings you have, so that you just don't, change any white spaces or those like things which are not pertinent to the issue at hand. Like it always helps with reviewing and stuff. So I think I have offered that feedback to multiple of the folks in the community. So just a heads up. Yeah, let's also wait for any other feedback from anyone else in the call. I will quickly share this in chat. Does anyone have any other feedback? Varad, by any chance, do you or Libin, do you have any feedback or suggestions? I think not.
Oh,
Yeah, please go ahead.
I haven't seen the change, but yeah, Vara, do you have any comments?
I think there's
Uh,
some
uh,
noise from your side, Libin. All right, so we'll follow up in the GitHub thread.
Okay, sure.
There's another PR from Himanshu, and I think this is it. Glitchy animation on academic partner slide during initial load. So like I'm aware of the context of the issue. If I quickly take you folks to the home page, there's this slider that comes up for partners. And this is like SVG images, and they are, I guess, lazy loaded. So as like the page loads and you try to, what to say, scroll down, it like loads. But like it maybe like delaying some of the processing of site, and what's being repeatedly said is that there's some glitchy experience. It was opened by Tharan, and Himanshu is like working on this one. Yeah, if you would like to share more about on this issue, Himanshu.
So the images were taking much delay in loading up, and the lazy load was also a conflicting feature. So for that, I inputted a loading UI on the screen, and once the images were loaded, the animation started.
All
If you
right,
look at the deployed link once.
yep. So when it was spinning, what actually was happening there?
So the images were being rendered. So once all the images are rendered, then only the images come on the slider display. Before that, the slider doesn't show up.
Okay, so once only like all the species are loaded, then only you enable the slider, right?
Correct.
All right. Now there are a couple of things to consider for this particular change. So I'm not sure how much like this affects the experience for users, because there are other pieces of sections like in here too that like does a kind of layout shift. But how much contribution does this one do? I'm not sure, and like I'm also not sure if this is something we would want to do. If this is a worth, like this change is worth merging or for us to actually fix, or if there are other ways to take a look into it and improve the experience.
So without the loader UI, or the UI of the loader needs to be improved.
I'm saying like even like even if this PR is required or not.
Okay, okay, okay.
Because just not only this particular slider, like these SVGs are really light in, and I think these are WebP or SVG, so these are much lighter. But then there are a couple of other sections that are loaded that might have much bigger contribution than this one. And so let's say we have more and more
Correct.
partners, and then we just do not we load them all. Even someone just is visiting in here, or they are going to other section and we are loading the CVG. I don't think if that's something we want to have. Hopefully you all folks
Got it.
agree. If you have any other suggestions or thoughts, please go ahead and share. Does anyone have any other thoughts? I welcome you all to participate and sound off with any thoughts that you might have. Also, I'm not sure if including that loading spinner, because we are not using it anywhere in the site, is ideal. But yeah, please go ahead. I think it was Liben.
Yeah, I was also about to say if there is some kind of loading components, if you have also, that's great. And if you have worked with React Slick in such kind of scenario, so the challenge is until the image is loaded, you won't see something, and it just pops up when the image is loaded. So there is no API to do that in the library. So maybe I'm not sure if you try to with some other things, but if there's a workaround, that would be great. Rather than loading all the images, as you said, like the images are lighter, it won't affect the overall user experience, but it makes it clean. It makes the code clean for the future contributors, I guess. If you have experience on React Slick previously, and if there is also another loading component, we can update this PR, I guess.
Yes, so that's it. It might just be due to React Slick and not the SVGs or the assets that are there. Thanks a lot, Liben. Any other feedback from anyone? Let's wait for 5 seconds before moving on. So this is not to say that we are abandoning this and we will not accept this PR. Obviously, let's take a look at it a little deeper and then decide, Himanshu. All right, let's go to the next PR from Mohit. And hopefully Mohit is able to share his screen and walk us through the changes.
Sure. I'll go through the issue. Issue was initially the overlay was overflowing on the share button. As you can see here, I've marked it. And later it was also mentioned that the share button for the comparison chart was not working. It was not able to share or open this dialog due to the data being handled differently. So first of the change, okay, let me share the program. Okay, this concludes the UI change for the overlay, where I've set the max width to MIUI theme 13 to 8 to 40 pixels, and the model to render showing the index. Previously it was 1301, and this will conclude that it will overlay here. Second was the issue with the share button. So on the comparison charts on share button, it was not working due to how the data is been there. So for one data, it was working on multiple charts. As you can see, to chart data here options, metadata is in array. So if we select only one chart, metadata is in object, and since it comes in array, it was failing. because how it was handled. Yeah, so here we are not handling the array part, so that's why it was failing. So we had some discussion on how to format it. So currently I've made it to the bulleted points. So if we select two, it will show the first two results in bulleted point and the upper and lower part. Similarly, if we select three, the data shown is again in different format because it does not comes in metadata but in data. So here I am fetching through P99 label and also through QPS. So in the code, yes, I've made three sections. If two charts are selected, then we get an array. So QPS and percentile, I'm separating it and then building a message. The code is same for if single chart is selected, no change in this. And if three is selected, we get in data and not in metadata. So this is handled separately. And then I'm building the message. Message is just keeping a bullet point, and then the later message is the same of what we show, like the performance results and this. Yeah, this is similar.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
this like looks
concludes-
great.
Yeah, so this concludes my changes. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
so a
can.
couple of things. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah. So it's like great that you have identified three scenarios for single, for two and three or more. Like,
Yeah.
are we sure if there are three and let's say five or six, it's like sure that we will be getting the data into metadata field?
Not in metadata, but in data. Yeah, I checked with 5 and 6. It comes
Okay.
in the data and
Mhm.
not in metadata. Metadata will be undefined. Here, right, you can see metadata is undefined. So if you select three or more, it will be undefined. And from three or more, it will be comes in data and under data set, and then we will have all these fields. So we just want QPS and P99.9%.
So one thing could be that you sound off on this proposal in Mesh UI channel. So this call is focused on sites, but like time to time we do take one or two UI items because simply the maintainers or folks who are active into this particular area are not usually available on this call.
Okay.
But yeah, if you once confirm, like it's possible in future the way these data are sent, it might change, and so then your changes will break. So we
Yeah.
want to make sure that it's not flaky. And so if you once mention there, I think some folks might chime in. Other thing could be that for the syntax that you have for bulleted list, like it's working fine for Twitter, we would want to make sure that it does the same for LinkedIn or if there's Facebook or Blue Sky or stuff. So just a simple check if you would like to, or if you already have done, that's also like awesome.
Currently, I think it's empty for if we select anything other than Twitter.
I mean, like we also can enable those buttons too, like
I think it was like this in the production, so I did not make any change since it was
yeah,
coming
so
empty.
from localhost, LinkedIn cannot determine. So unless and until it's live, when
Okay.
it's live, it will be there. Yeah. Any other feedback for Mohit? Varad, do you by any chance or anyone from the call?
Yeah, it would be good if it is discussed in the dev meeting so others can
Yeah.
contribute as well.
Or
Yeah,
do you
Mohit.
want me to like just post this
Yeah,
model
you can
change
post it.
and
Yeah, it
look
would be
the
good if you remove the other changes and keep the model change.
yeah, and then I can take
And
it
then,
in different
yeah,
layer or different issue.
yeah. What would be good if you means post this problem in the Slack channel and get a feedback, so you would know that what you have to do is the
Yeah,
thing
in
is
Mesri
correct.
UI.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other updates from you?
No, but yeah, I'll separate this then. Like I'll keep it short to this model UI change and the This share button issue, I can take it in different issue then
Yeah, makes sense.
instead of
Thank you for
combining.
your
Yeah.
Thank you for your updates, Mohit. We have got Krishna in here with his PR on. Let's take a look what. Yeah, so this is fixed styles and spacing issues with interpreting mystery designs. Let me quickly share this PR in chat and see if we have Krishna on the call.
Yes, I'm present.
Yes, would you like
Hello,
to?
everyone.
Yeah, hi. Would you like to offer a context for folks might not be aware of the show?
Yes, yes, of course. I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah, please do.
So there was an issue opened by Zian in which the layer 5 on the layer 5 website, the page learning paths and integrating mystery designs. There were some issues in rendering of the images and various spacing and size issues. So I fixed that in my PR, and it was reviewed by Bharat and Liban. They have reviewed and they have given me some suggestions and many suggestions, and and I have implemented on my PRs. And so this is my PR and it is completed. So I want maintainers to review it and merge it.
Yeah. Any inputs from either Liban or Bharat, since we have context? You also, in meantime, if you switch to your file changes tab. Yeah, if you scroll down, there will be a files changed, like number of changes that you have done. Yeah, if you go there. So you're targeting using a class. Yeah, let's keep scrolling down.
Yes, these are my classes.
Yeah, so I just want to point out, like, this is a fragile way of targeting that particular selector. Like, you're mandating that it should be having a width of 100% percentage sign, and then just that. What if I also have a space after percentage in the where I have JSX? So it will
This
this
is
will not just.
There is a reason I have done that because as you can see that please read it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I just wanted to say that we don't want to like target the selectors like this, because it's possible that someone else comes and changes, I mean, removes the width because they think that it's good to just have not have it's inline CSS. So in that place, the CSS that you have written, it will be of no use and will just be sitting there. So if we could just identify what's happening and if we can globally target these. So for example, there are two types of images into these learning paths. So this section that we are currently on, it's a learning path in Layer 5 IO. There's one screenshot kind of images, and then there are these components icon. Now these components icon, they don't have a fixed, they are SVG that don't have a fixed width. So we can target these with a specific, class name, and then can see like if they are being reflected or not, or if there's some global style which is, maybe overriding, or there's some other issue, we should be getting to the root of the problem and fix from there. So I can see that there's some aspect ratio 16:9 already fixed, and what you're trying to do is unset that. Now, if we go into the detail, like why aspect 16:9 is forced on all these images, I believe that was for preventing CLS, which is cumulative layout shift. So when you visit any site and if the things start moving around, that gives a negative score to the site, and so that's why we try to reserve a place for these images. So that's why like these aspect ratios are forced, and in this PR we're trying to unsetting that. So those are considerations that we need to keep in mind. In addition to not targeting using those string matching rules in CSS that you have done. Does it make sense to you?
So, have you any idea that why, from where these global styles are implemented?
Yeah, so there's one another PR from Shirsendhu, like he has pointed out. In fact, I'll share it later. I think this was
Okay,
the.
that's from my side.
Yeah, thank you, Krishna. But it would be helpful if we, get any other methods than just targeting the string way of doing things.
Okay, I will make comment in the future.
Yeah. And for your context, this might be helpful. This, let me quickly mention you in here. So, do you mind mentioning your GitHub user?
Krishna Shuk, Krishna, yeah, third number.
Yeah, if you go through it, I think it would be helpful.
Oh. Thank you.
We have this one. Yeah, thanks a lot, Krishna. We have this one PR from Ayush on discussing some pull requests. Let's see. I'm missing Ayush from the call. And I'm not sure like what was. Okay, so Ayush is trying to write documentation on roles. And this is a PR for that. I will quickly share this in chat. And since Ayush is not on the call, I'm not able to confirm these behaviors from him. So let's continue in GitHub. Now for Bharat's PR, this looks good to me. And all good to merge. Then we have this from Ademi Faber, and it's about issues on signing off commits. Let's take a look if we have Faber on call. Yeah, Faber, do you mind sharing about the issue that you're running into? This is a blog post for maintainer Nikhil. It has over 1,000 changes that I suspect that it should. There are 175 file changes. So there might be some rebasing or other, some extraneous commits. And there's also a missing DCO. So what I would recommend, you simply close this PR out, open a new one. And while you are trying to make commits from that particular branch of yours, you can follow the contribution guidelines that we have mentioned, not in code of conduct, but in.
Yes, I okay. I already cloned it. I cloned it already, and I signed up my commit. But if you can you please go back to my pull request?
Yeah. Okay, I have to.
I want to show you something. Can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah,
so
please
if
go
you
ahead.
see, yes, the DCO, this thing it's missing. The commit is not from me. And then I'm working on my branch. I don't know what's wrong. So
Yeah, so
it's
this is like
commit. I signed up my commit already, but now it's saying
Faber. So
yes, I signed up my commit and then commit too. And I'm currently on my branch. I don't know what's wrong.
yeah. So if you see there's a commit from myself, which doesn't have DCO. So it's possible that all your other commits are signed, but since this is not, it's failing. So what you can now do, just simply switch to a new branch.
There could be a solution which is in this PR as well, because what the issue is that you have merged your main branch into this, and that's why all the PR, all the commits that has been done on the main branch has also committed onto this. The one thing you can do is close this PR and open a new one, or another one thing you can do a cherry pick. It's a feature in Git. We can where you can cherry pick your commit and you can go to that commit and sign off. So it won't. This all commits will be deleted. That's
Yes,
one
that
option.
was what and cherry the I cherry picked the commits and
Favor, I think
then it go to the checks like the commits.
you're breaking,
And
Favor.
I'm working on my branch. I'm not working from the main branch. Working on my branch, and I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah, Favor, I think at
Yes.
this point, it would be best for all of us if you switch to your master branch, update with the upstream, that's this main repo, and then start working on a new branch. And since you already have the changes in there, it's just simply copy and paste. So that way we don't have to figure out how to revert these extraneous commits. We simply can close this one and have a new PR. Does that
Yes. Yes.
make sense?
All right, no
Yeah.
problem. I'll do that. Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot,
Yeah.
Favor. Also, for folks who are not sure how to automatically configure these sign-offs on your, commit, we have a guide for that. I'll quickly share the link with you. There are some more updates from Himanshu, but I think he is not on the call, so we'll be skipping these items. There's a call for volunteer for writing some docs. And so if you're someone who would like to work on it, and if you're unable to come up with these answers, please go ahead and comment. We'll get you assigned. Then there are PRs on Meshri.io, which is a Jekyll site. And we have Akansha, who has a PR on Cognition page. So let's take a look at the attendees. Akansha, would you like to talk about this update?
Yes, I'll share my screen.
Sorry to mute you, Rex. If you have some things to like sessions to offer, please feel free to unmute.
Hi there.
Yeah, hi Rex.
Thank you for sending the invite to me. This is actually my first time joining the meeting, so I'll be observing for now. And once I'm ready to do my contribution, I'll definitely reach out to any starter request that I can do so.
That sounds wonderful.
Thank you.
I also invite you to join our weekly meeting, dev meeting on Wednesday, and a special newcomers meeting that would be on Thursday. Rex.
Thank you. I'll adjust my timing and join.
Yep. Akansha, do you? Yeah. I think you might want to
Is my screen
reshare.
visible?
Oh yeah, now it is.
So this is the PR that I made. I had few doubts like about the logos that I had to use. So I will open the deployment here so you can see.
if you quickly hover to the resources navigation menu, let's
Yeah,
try
this was
opening
the
a
page
GitHub.
I worked on, the recognitions page. So I was supposed to take reference from the Layer 5 IO website reference recognition page and make a similar one for Meshery IO. So I took the same logos that they had there, but they gave it in like points and the icons were small. So like you want it in the same way, the compact format, or is this okay?
I think if you once go to badges.layer5.io, this is like one of the other places where we have all these badges. And I think it was mentioned in the issue that we just want to keep those which are, has something to do with Meshery and not our layer 5 specific. So I'll share that URL in chat.
Yes, okay.
You can like have those entire version of badges. Also, if you just once simply hover onto the resources navigation menu item,
I'm not sure how to do that.
yeah, if you take your cursor
Yeah, this one.
and yeah,
Okay,
in
this
there, I think it's on community. If you go to the community one,
contributing.
no, in the left, the community drop down. Yeah, so I just wanted to point out, and this could be for someone who is looking for some good first item. We right now have the same SVG for programs and community handbook. And so if you're looking for your good first item, this could be something that you can help us with. Please come up with a icon which are relevant and so that we remove this duplicacy. Rex, since you are, unmuted yourself, would you like to wrangle this one?
Yeah, that would be good. I can give a go at this.
Yeah, all right. So hopefully, you got your answer, Akansha, right?
Just a moment, I wanted to show this layer 5. So the icons are like this. I made it like that. Should I do it in the same way? ये on कर सकते तुम.
I think your screen is
Is this
frozen.
visible? Like layer 5 website is visible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, so there was this icon here, assistant contributor. I edited the SVG and took out only the circle portion which was showing what it was for the Meshery page. Are these logos okay, or should I take the logos from the layer5.io badges section,
So
which has
for these
some
icons,
embellishment?
there would be components for each icon, or you have just took the SVG as it is.
I've taken the links from going to DevTools and inspect page, but I
No,
think
no, no,
I
that
can do it in a
that's
better way
not.
by
Can
using
you show the
changes.
PR? Can you just show the PR changes you have done?
Okay.
Yeah, the right side of the websites. File changes. Yeah, beside that. Uh,
So this is how the link is looking like
no,
for
no,
right
no,
now.
no, 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 no. That's not how it should be done.
Yes.
So
So,
all of these assets badges, they are already present in layer 5 GitHub repository. You simply can copy from there. I'll share with you the folder. You simply can, just like we have copied the one icon above, similarly you can do for others. Like you don't have to base64 encode and put it in here like you have right now.
Okay.
This is not like ideal way of doing it.
Should I use the raw GitHub URL that I get for the image?
No, let me share with you the folder where we have all those icons. You can download them and then upload, on the respective section on the site, like you have done for the above icon, the one icon that you have, and then you can
Yes.
reference them in the SRC.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Any other suggestions or thoughts on this one, PR?
Yes, there were some badges like for Canvas and all. Should I remove all those?
Yeah, please
Which
get
were
rid of
not
them. So
exactly related to measuring.
yeah, let's
Canvas,
get rid of them.
snapshot, I can remove this one maybe.
Yep.
And another thing, I added this layer 5 cloud link. Should I remove this
Yeah,
or
please.
can I
Like
keep it here?
we don't want to have anything that is on layer 5. You can point to playground.meshi.io.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was all.
Thanks a lot for your updates. Just so that we're able to help you out. There should be assets, images, badges. All right, so I'm not able to find it right now, but yeah, rest assured, I'll drop that folder link into your PR. All right, folks, looks like that's all for today's meeting. We will, okay, we have got one item from Naman. Naman, would you like to share your update?
Yeah, so I cannot share the screen, but the updates were basically that the links which were recommended to be updated, so I have updated them. And there was a confusion in the tutorial page, like the talks and presentation. Do I have to link the events page to that, or like from the last meeting?
So this is a talks and presentation page. Let's put an ID in here so that we can navigate to it using the anchor tag. Let's see if this works right now. Once more, it does not. So if you simply can put ID in here, and then you can flash this link.
Okay, yeah, because it wasn't going to that. Okay, works. I don't
Any other?
think any updates have like.
Yeah, you were saying something, Naman?
No, I think all the updates which were given in the last meeting were covered. Just the tutorial one, I had confusion because it wasn't going to that heading.
That makes sense. Thanks a lot for your updates. Yeah, for those of you who are into Figma designing, we have a couple of open issues right now which are called for volunteers. And so if we talk about the very first issue, it's about creating one of the badges. So there's a recognition site, where we have all these badges. And just like this one badge, which is Design Pioneer, which is awarded when you get your first design published, we are in need of having a first view badge. So when you have your first view, it's awarded to you. So all the resources and link to our Figma assets, they are linked down into this issue. If you're into Figma, you simply can start working on it. And similarly, the same goes for all these. So yeah, if you are feeling like working on any one of these issues, simply drop your comment and we'll get you assigned. So we are on time. We could not cover a couple of items, but if you're working on any, we will be sure to cover them into the next sites meeting. This catalog, this could be good learning experience for you too, as you are trying to publish some design, understand how these cloud-native technology work together. So I highly recommend that you all go and give it a look. I'll share the link in chat. And yeah, before we wrap the call. Let me quickly share the weekly community calendar. So just like today, Monday we have sites meeting. On Wednesday we have weekly mystery dev meeting, and on Thursday we have newcomers meeting. So you're all welcome, and I'll see you there if you join. Let me also please share this in chat. Yeah, with that, I again thank you all to be attending and sharing your updates. We'll meet next week. Till then, bye everyone.